Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. This video is going to be my first update for my most recent project pan, which is the 19 by New Year's project pan. And just to keep things short and simple, the theme for this project is I took a bunch of higher end products that I don't ever reach for. I always save them for a special occasion, and that special occasion never comes. So they end up just sitting in my collection, not ever getting used. So I thought I would create my own special occasion and bring them all together into one project pan and actually get some use out of them. So I'm just going to get started. I have 19 products, so I'm going to try to go fast. The first one I have is the MAC Fix Plus. I told you that I don't really use this very often. It's a dewy kind of setting spray or prep spray. You use it to mix with your eyeshadows to kind of foil them, and so I don't use this very much. And I was actually all the way up here at the very beginning, and I've actually been really creative with different ways of using it, so I'm down here. Keep in mind that I did take a little bit out to kind of keep as a sample. Next year I want to find a cruelty-free dupe for this, so I did put a little bit of it away just to make sure I had something to compare it with when I was finding dupes later on. But I still did use quite a bit of it up, and I'm a lot more confident now that I'll be able to use this up by the end of the year. I did not think that that was going to be possible whenever I did my first intro, and now I'm a lot more confident. I'm glad. I've been using it in conjunction with my moisturizer, kind of to have that glycerin to kind of act as like a priming moisturizer type of situation. I don't use it to set my makeup. I think it makes me a little bit too dewy, but I also mix it with eyeshadows. I used it in my comic book character Halloween makeup tutorial. I used this with an eyeshadow to really make it pop, and I like the way it worked, so really glad with my progress on that one. I was really focusing on the Hourglass Dim Light Bronzer, and I've really just been using this one pretty much for the entire project. I really love it. It definitely is deep enough to be a bronzer on me. If I use too much, it can be a little bit orangey, so I have been using this one pretty much for the entire project pan, and so the other two don't have as much progress as this one. But if you can see, instead of it having like an outward bump whenever it's brand new, it has like an inward dent now. So I'm really glad with my progress on this. I'm going to alter my goal. I was originally going to try to use this up, but I think I would be happy if I just hit pan on this because I do like it. I don't need to speed through it and try to use up a ton of it to try to make my goal by the end of the year. If I just hit pan on this, I think that would be just as good. So I'm altering my goal for that one. Okay, so these other two bronzers, the Makeup Forever one, I've only used maybe once or twice. I said I'd like to use this up by the end of the year, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to. It's hard to get the outside parts of the pan now, even though I use this brush, which is like thinner. It's from e.l.f. I use this one, it's even still hard to get around those edges, so it's just a little bit harder to use now. I'm still gonna try to use it, but I still, you know, it was my own fault for putting like technically three bronzers in this project, so that one I'm not as confident in. And the only reason the Too Faced one looks different is because I repressed it. There is a very thin amount in here, so if I could hit pan on this again, that would be me hitting goal on this project. I'm changing my goals for those three because I really went in over my head. I didn't expect the dim light to be a good bronzer, but I've kind of been really liking it for that purpose. So I inadvertently had three bronzers in this project, and that's my own fault. For the other Hourglass product, I have the Diffused Light Powder, and I've been using this sometimes to set my whole face. I've been using it to set under my eyes and also to set my eyeshadow primer, and it's been good for that. I also don't know if I'll be able to use up this whole thing. I really underestimated how much product was in these Hourglass products, which is good because they are expensive. Still not at that point where I feel like I need these and I would absolutely repurchase them. I still feel like once I use them up, I don't need to buy them again, at least not immediately. So I'm also going to alter my goal for this. I just want to hit pan on it. I think having another product in here that I use for setting my face and under my eyes is just too much. I'm pushing myself too hard, and I don't need to. The fact that I'm using them at all is a really good start, and so I just want to hit pan on this one. For my other powder product, this is the NARS Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder, and I had already hit pan on it in the first update, but now you can see a lot more of the grid underneath, and the sides are starting to get a lot thinner, and so I am definitely using this a lot. I like this for under my eyes. I like it when I set my face. It's a lot better with oil control than I thought it would be. It keeps me from getting shiny throughout the day, which I was not expecting it to be that good at it, so it's a good product. I just talked about this in my products I've hit pan on video, and I talked about it in more detail in that video, so Still want to finish this one up, still confident that I can do that by the end of the project. I have a highlighter here. This is the Kevyn Aucoin The Celestial Powder in the shade Candlelight, and I have actually already hit pan on this, which part of me wasn't really expecting. I have used it 12 times since the beginning of the project pan, and I had told you that I used it very evenly when I was using it before, and so the actual product in the pan was very thin. So I'm guessing after 12, I think after like 9 uses, I actually hit pan, and I've just been expanding on it since then. Still very confident that I can use this up by the end of the year. This is one of the highlighters I'm wearing today. I actually have the Clinique Hefty Highlight stick underneath, and then I topped it with this, and it's giving me like some serious glow. Keep in mind that's also the lighting. It's not just this product. It doesn't look like that in real life. I have a big light on me right now, so I really like them together. I really like this product, but the Hard Candy Tiki Bronzer is very similar to this, so once I finish this one up, I won't buy it again. And then for the other highlight, I have the Hefty Highlighter stick from Clinique, and it is almost gone. Look at that. Let me show you on the paper. So if you can see, that's where I started, and now I'm here. And I think that's really exciting. I didn't think I'd go through that quickly. It's a little bit of a thinner formula than the Benefit What's Up highlighter. So even though I did go through that one pretty quickly, I'm going through this one even faster because it's a liquidier. It's a more liquidy formula. I don't know how to explain it, you know what I mean. And so I'm enjoying that one. I use it kind of on my décolletage when I'm wearing a shirt where you can actually see my neckline, and I do use it on my face. I have an under eye corrector here. This is the Erase Paste. If you guys remember my very first project pan that I did, it was 15 by Fall back in June. I talked about how this one was pretty much full, and I just wanted to get some work on it before it went bad, and it is actually gone. I have cleaned it out. It's empty. This one is definitely a product that I would have never finished if I wasn't doing project pans. I enjoyed it. I don't plan on repurchasing, but the fact that I was able to use it and get my money's worth is amazing, and it's not something that would have happened if I didn't have it in my project pan. So that's exciting. One down already. I have another product that I've hit my goal on, and is the NARS Dual Intensity Eyeshadow in the shade Himalaya. I think I'm saying it wrong. I used to say Himalaya, but I think it's just Himalaya. And if you remember, I wanted to hit pan on this, and I actually did. If you can see, underneath that little circle in there is actually flat pan, and then that little spot in there is like a waffle pattern underneath. So I've already hit pan on it. Since the beginning of the project, I have only used it 6 times, so I'm guessing it was just really close. Keep in mind, this is an eyeshadow that I wear all over my lids, so I do use a lot of it whenever I do use it, and so I think those 2 factors helped me to hit pan on it a lot more quickly. I think I'm going to put this away for now. I want to focus on my eyeshadow palette that I have in this project pan, so I'm going to put this away. I have 2 concealers. I'm not going to be able to really show you my progress on these. This one I've only used a few times. This one from Urban Decay I've been using every day, and I don't really have any ways to show you my progress on these because the product doesn't fall down to the bottom if you store it vertically on either of these. So just using these regular and hoping that I can have some progress to show you by the end of the project pan. As for my 2 foundations, I have been using these both in conjunction every day. I think there were only 2 or 3 days that I didn't wear these as my foundation, so I'm waiting for the product to settle, so I can't show you a line in the video, but I will have it in the photo. Still liking it. I feel like I'm getting a lot of use out of it. I do use 2 pumps every time I use it, and I am keeping track of how many pumps I'm using so that I can let you know how many uses I get out of it whenever it's completely used up. And then for the L'Oreal one as well, I don't have progress shown on it yet, but I have just been using it every day. I will have the progress shown in the photo, and yeah, I expect these to be used up by the end of the year. I think the Himalaya one, it might be a little bit more difficult, but I will do what I can and see if I can't get these done by the end of the year. As for my Soap & Glory eyebrow pencil, I use this every day. This is the only eyebrow product that I use, and I just don't feel like I'm hitting the progress that I thought I would. If you can see right there, I've only made that much progress. I imagine if I use it every day, it might cut a little bit close, but I do think I can use this up by the end of the year. I just thought I would make more noticeable progress, but I guess I just don't use that much when I use it in my brows, even though I use it every day. And then I have 3 lip products here. Ofra Laguna Beach Liquid Lipstick. I can't really show you my progress, but I can tell you that I have used it 13 times since the beginning of the project pan. After I come back from lunch break at work, I'll put this on, and it's a really nice just everyday nude. I'm wearing it today in conjunction with the lip liner that I have in this project pan. I've used it 13 times. That's probably 13 more times than I would have used it if it wasn't in my project pan. I feel like there's not as much product on the wand whenever I take it out, so I think it's starting to get to the point where it is almost used up, but I really can't show you that kind of progress, so you're just gonna have to believe me for now. For my lip primer, I don't know. I don't think I'm doing so great with this one. I'm going to need to be a lot better about using it if I want to use it up by the end of the year. If you can see on my postcard, that's the only progress that I made. I really didn't use it as much as I should have. I'm not used to wearing a lip primer. If I want to use this up, I need to be a lot more creative and wear this a lot more often. And now for my lip liner. This is the Marc Jacobs lip liner in the shade Honey Bun. And I'm really excited about the progress I made on this one. This is something that I never wore. I've had it for probably over 2 years now, and I just never wear it because even though I like the color, the formula is very dry, and so I don't love it. So I've been making a point to wear this for like the last couple of hours of the day at work just to like get some use out of it, and it's a really pretty color. I do like this color a lot. If this came in like a liquid lipstick or something, I would definitely buy it, but because it's in a drier lip liner, I'm not a fan, and I really can't wear it for longer than 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours, before it just completely sucks my lips dry. So I'm really excited with the progress I made. I will show you my progress right here. So if you can see, I made a lot of progress. I used up a lot of the lip liner, and I'm really happy to see that kind of progress on it. Very happy. And the last one I have is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I didn't have any specific goal on this. I just thought I'll try to get more use out of it, especially this time of year, and also try to hit pan on some shades if I can. And I have used this 18 times since the beginning of the project pan, and I feel good about it. I feel like I'm really pushing myself to create a lot of different looks. I'm actually wearing Primavera on my lid, the gold shade. I'm wearing Realgar in my crease, and I really like how it turned out. And I'm just really enjoying this palette. If I hit pan on some shades, that would be a really great bonus, but just trying to get some more use out of this is what I wanted, and that's what I'm doing, so right on goal for that. And that's everything I have. I do want to point out that I'm actually throwing another project pan into the mix. I'm joining in on the 12 Pans of Christmas project pan that is run by Jacqueline Levine, so be on the lookout for that. I think that will be the video coming up in a couple days, and I'm really excited. I've never done more than one project pan at a time, and I'm a little bit nervous, but I think it's going to be a good challenge, and I think it's really exciting to get to do something with other YouTubers. In the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys!